please help me out by pressing the thumbs up button, subscribing, sharing, commenting. I'm sorry about the noise. It's the air conditioning. If you hear whizzing sound, look, it's 111 degrees outside. I live in Imperial County. I work in Imperial County. It's a small county located in California that runs adjacent or runs parallel with the Mexico border. Anyhow, just some admin stuff I want to talk about real quick. If you're working in a riot or protest zone, wherever it is in California, Portland, Atlanta, Boston, wherever it is, make sure that you guys are careful. Make sure that you're prepared. I've been reading a lot of the comments, and a lot of subscribers are concerned about other subscribers, and they're cautioning them. They're wishing and they're praying for a safe return at the end of their shifts. So hopefully that will happen, and we know it's going to happen. we know it's going to happen, but sometimes we need some hope and some prayer on our side. But yeah, read all the comments. They're super nice, and I really appreciate that. Now, if you're working in a riot control area, if you see a lot of law enforcement with pepper ball systems, 40 millimeter, 37 millimeter launchers, please be careful, guys. Make sure that you're standing away from the arc of fire or the arc of control of that weapon system. Basically, if you're facing, if those barrels are facing you, or that officer, that law enforcement officer or agent is facing you on a riot control line, there's a good chance that you can become a casualty. If they're trying to fire at the guy that's next to you, then that's a possibility. I know that there's some video that went viral. There's an Australian reporter. She was hit with a 40 millimeter to the leg. And a lot of people are saying, oh, that's intentional. I really don't think it's intentional. If you fired a 40 millimeter before, you gotta realize that those munitions, they are accurate. They can be very accurate depending on the munition you use. But if you're not connected to the gun, you're not connected to that system, as great as you should be, you could totally miss a shot. And sometimes in windy conditions, those 40 millimeters do really, really strange things, especially those foam baton rounds. It could be depending on the direction, right? You know, if you're 40 or 50 yards away, and you're standing next to their intended target, it's possible that if you're somewhere near that target, you might get hit. So just please be careful. Stay away from the arc of fire. Having said that, I've been connecting with some friends on the channel who are subscribers, and they're looking for veteran-owned security companies to help them out with some projects. And you know, some of these projects can involve some life-changing events, but you have to be a veteran-owned company. And also, you know what? You gotta be within the small inner circle. So meaning you have to have been somebody that went to fight with us against Cal Saga, that went to fight against Assembly Bill 1244, like actually show up in person to the California State Assembly and voice your opinion on the truth, voice your opposition, or show up to BSIS, the committee hearing, or through some method of proxy, and be in constant communication with us. And I'm talking about within the last 4 weeks. If you're doing this, you're probably part of our inner circle, and I don't mind recommending you guys to other people out there. So check me out on the website, crimebullet.com. That's another way how to connect with me. Again, if you're not part of the inner circle, don't even reach out, because we are doing some great things in California. We're doing some behind the scene things in California. A lot of you guys watching this are spies for Cal Saga. You're against what we do, and you relay the information to the companies, the security company owners, and the leadership, which is a good thing too. But you know, we're going to help out people in our small, tight niche community. Okay. All right, now let's move on. Hey, so in Minnesota, one of the lawmakers, and I think his wife, was assassinated. Or I think the second person passed away. Yeah, I think the wife of the lawmaker passed away as well. This was a coordinated attack. This was an ambush. And this is really significant because you have the CEO, Vance. His name is Vance, and he's a doctor in something. Who owns a security company? I think it's called Praetorian Guard Services LLC or something like that. And what he did is he rolled up, it looked like in a security patrol vehicle, and he had some type of uniform on that associated himself with law enforcement, and he took care of business. He murdered this lawmaker, and I believe the wife. Law enforcement was on scene very quickly, and he engaged in a gunfight with them, and it looked like he escaped unscathed. He's gone. He disappeared. He's now on the run, and there's a lot of people looking for him. Probably the FBI. There's a massive manhunt for the CEO of Praetorian Guard Services. Now, I wouldn't be surprised. I won't be surprised if he's monitoring this channel. I would not be surprised, because what he's doing is, when he's in a safe area, he is scouring the news, right? And he's probably typing in his name in the Google search engines. He's typing in the name of his security company. And by the way, if you guys bought my book called The California Legal Investigator, I show you guys. Wait a minute. No, it's not that book. Sorry, another book. It's called Stalker Poison. Stalker Poison. I wrote this book in 2019. I show you ways on how you could check to see if your name has been searched and the numbers, and I give you more information, more tips on that. But that's what he's doing right now. He's going to be probably watching this video because his name is popping up. Vance, if you're watching this video, if you're watching this channel, please give up peacefully. You may have escaped law enforcement, you may have escaped that gunfight unscathed, but you have nowhere to run. You got to turn yourself in. You got to turn yourself in. I think it's the right thing to do. There is no need to endanger security. There's no need to endanger law enforcement while they're looking for you. You know what time it is. You know what to do is best. The Lord is watching over you, and He's guiding you in the best direction possible. Please listen to Him. Let me just go through the comments real quick. Make sure I'm not leaving some important information out. I'm not leaving any questions unanswered. Give me 1 second. I guess today is supposed to be the day when there's supposed to be like massive protests and all kinds of scary things supposed to happen today. I don't know. Is it happening? Let me know where you guys are at and whether it's happening or not. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We have a celebrity in the house. Mike Alvarez is in the house. I bet you if you... I don't know if you guys ever played the game called Where's Waldo? Where you get happy because you find him. Sometimes I feel like Mike Alvarez is Where's Waldo? Hey, welcome, sir, to the live stream. Thank you for chiming in. Angel, what's up? Giannis Protective Services. Slender 169101. He says, "What's up, Sean?" He says, "There was a bit here, but they were peaceful protests. Thank God. I saw maybe like no one King's guy, but they were chill, not hurting anyone. I think you're in Arizona, if I'm not mistaken." Oh, Yuma. Okay, that's right. You're in Yuma. And then Doug. Hey, what's up, Doug? And that's all the guys that we have in the live stream. Nobody else important. Okay, I'm just kidding, Mike. Mike from the Professional Security Journal. I saw you. Mike says Vegas Metro has SWAT deployed for tonight. And then he says street cops in vest and flex cuffs, full presence on Fremont Street downtown in Los Angeles. All right, good. Hey, if you're law enforcement or your security, your corrections, you're watching this live stream, please absolutely be safe out there. All right. Geez, how do we, if you're a private security, how do you prevent an assassination attempt like this? First, I'm a little bit concerned about some of these lawmakers. Guys, I don't care if you're Democrat, Libertarian, Republican, or you don't have a party. I don't care if you're atheist or if you're a God-fearing person, Buddhist, Hindu. I don't care. But I think everybody is entitled to life. And for these lawmakers, again, they didn't deserve to lose their life. There's certain ways of protesting some of the policies that some of these people put into place, but taking someone's life, murdering them, isn't the answer. It's absolutely not the answer. It's just wrong. Now, one of the reasons why I'm really concerned is, don't they have executive protection? I guess not. I guess not. Don't you have security? I guess not. A lot of these lawmakers, they do make a lot of money. Maybe not as a lawmaker, but afterwards. But a lot of them are multimillionaires. And it's just surprising that they don't have security. And it's surprising that some of them just are not armed. But look, if you're the security detail for one of these like lower grade politicians, and by lower grade, I'm not demeaning anybody. I'm just saying, like, you're a lawmaker, but a lot of people don't know you. If you're security for them, I think the best thing to do is look for anomalies. Look for after you establish a baseline behavior. So the question is, what is normal in your environment? Establish that baseline. And what is different? What stands out? That is an anomaly, and the anomaly has to be addressed. I think when you have, and this is the thing with private security is, like, we think that we're each other's allies, or even law enforcement. We think that we're each other's allies. We're all on the same team. But what you got to do is look for the anomalies, right? If you are working executive protection detail and you have another private security officer enter the safety zone, and then we'll say this, enter the buffer zone, right? And then they enter the danger zone. You know, they get within 6 feet of the principal, 5 feet or 4 feet. I think that's a huge red flag to act. I think somebody needs to approach that person and ask, hey, how can I help you? Well, maybe somebody else is getting the principal out of there. But it's really deceiving, and it's really easy at the same time on how other security can just trick the other ones. Guys, a badge means nothing. So if somebody shows you a badge, that's nothing. If I show you an ID card, that's different, right? If I show you ID card front and back, that's a lot different. But even those things can be counterfeited. But ask yourself, is this bodyguard, is this security guard that's approaching me, or this cop, or this police officer, is this person coming out of an unusual, are they acting out of the ordinary? Is this a break of baseline? Is this an anomaly? You have to address that. I've worked in police stations almost half of my life. And there's some weird people that sometimes just make it in. They just make it in the police station, and you're like, can I help you? Oh yeah, I just need to use the restroom. Well, like, who lets you in? Or I know some police officers won't even ask. You know, they'll just assume that they're able to enter the police station. You'd be surprised. So I was training with a local law enforcement agency, and the agency was under construction. And I just walked in. I just walked in. I didn't have a uniform, just regular clothes, and I just started saying hi to everybody. And believe it or not, I made it all the way in the hallway of the police department. You know what I did? All I did was just knock. I knocked, somebody opened it up real quick, and I just walked in. And I had no credentials to be there. Well, I mean, I was there for training, and I know the guys. I know probably about 15 of the guys that work there. But all the guys that I interacted with to get inside the police station, we've probably never seen each other. Ever. So, I'm telling you, something that is normal might not be very normal. And the trick that I did, actually, I'm not going to tell you the trick. I'm not going to tell you the trick because then Vance might be watching this, and Vance might be carrying out additional hits, because he created a list of 70 individuals that he wanted to hit. And guys, I'm not putting down any church, any organization, but when I get somebody that has access to weapons, okay, that has access to law enforcement, security, or military type of training, and then I have somebody who lives who lives off of the good sayings of a church, or they think that God is directing them in the twisted direction. That's a deadly person, especially somebody that developed a list. So in this person's head, and by the way, Vance, I highly recommend that you take some medication, take something. Please get some help. Please get some help. In the interest of private security, public safety, reach out for some help. That person might believe that God directed them to commit these assassinations, and that is a scary person. And usually somebody's doing this, they're not just homicidal, they're also suicidal, which creates a very dangerous person because they're not scared to lose their life. But something tells me that he is a little bit concerned about his life because he escaped a gunfight with law enforcement. If he wanted to end his life that day, I think he could have. So if you see Vance around, make sure that you guys call 911. Call 911, Vance. Make sure you turn yourself in. You cannot be on the run forever. All right, guys, that's all I got today. Hey, if you work for the security company, send me an email. Let's see your comments in the comment section box below. If you're Vance and you want to get a message out there, send me email. Definitely send me email. And I hope that you make some better decisions. Hope you're doing okay. I don't know. Prayers to the family of that lawmaker and the family of that lawmaker's wife, and for all the law enforcement that were involved in that gunfight. Prayers out to you guys. Prayers to those of you who are working the line right now. You're holding up the line, whatever line you call it, the great purple line, the great blue line, the black line, the yellow line. I don't know what line you call it, but you're holding up some line. And I pray for a safe return for all of you guys home at the end of each watch. Take care, guys.